Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about One Piece's new chapter, which is on 1031. Now, this chapter right here was actually pretty crazy, and I'm glad Oda made it pretty simple and great to a point that it's not really easy, you know? And not to mention, the ending of this chapter really got me devastated. Even if it doesn't happen, it's still torturous because we don't really know what Oda could be planning, you know? Because we all know he's full of crazy, sad, and tragic surprises when it comes to certain parts like this. Think of that of Ace, you know? So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that everybody of the subordinates of Kaido is shocked to see Big Mom taken down, you know? Wondering like, hey, she could not even be able to survive that, you know? And we have to it laws like, so that's your magnetic fruit's awakened power. It allows you to assign fields of attraction. How long does it last? And kids like, I am not telling you that. But unfortunately for them, Big Mom gets up and says life or Shikoro and steals the life from Kaido's subordinates. Unfortunately, sadly, it's not enough for her to create something big. So she decides to use 1 year of her own lifespan. Use 1 year of her own lifespan to help increase her powers or her homies' powers, you know? And that she's even gotten bigger, which is even worse right now, especially Napoleon, Hera, and Prometheus. Very scary, you know? And we had to it, she even tells Kid and Law like, hey, it's been decades since I felt pain like this. You runts aren't too bad after all. Trafalgar Law, Captain Kidd, the two of you and Straw Hat Luffy are serious about taking our thrones, are you? Well, bring it on. If you have what it takes, take your shot. I'll show you what it means to be an emperor. And we had to it, Law says out loud, I have to take you monsters down if I ever want to uncover true history. And Kid's like, no more holding back. We're going all out. I don't give a damn what it costs. I'm going to tear her from that throne, you know? And we had to it that, with things happening right now, Yamato is pretty much running to the Iwato chamber, you know? Apple continues his fight against X-Drake whatsoever, and X-Drake realizes Apple's weakness of his attacks, you know? And we have to it that Yamato shows up, etc., and we have to it that Apple tries to win favor to Yamato, but Yamato says, hey, I cut ties with Kaido. I'm no longer on your side. And we have to it that freaking Yamato attacks Drake and tells him to get the heck out of the way, but X-Drake says, I abandoned Kaido too. You don't get it, right? And Yamato's like, okay, I'm sorry, but I've got to run off, you know? Onigashima and the Flower Capital are at stake. And we have to it that Yamato is still running right now from the numbers while Appu's trying to get Yamato to join. Drake ends up showing up and says, no, you don't. You gotta deal with me, Apple. And we see the second floor right now. We see Nico, Robin, and Brooke running for their lives right now and running from CP0. We have to it that Brooke's like, aw man, this is bad news. We got to run. I recognize them from Just Rosa. Why the hell are they here? And Robin tells Brooke, like, even among this elite of CP0, the masked agents are in a class of their own. Which she pretty much says, like, they're on a whole different level. Mask or not, they have their own specialty, which is even more dangerous, you know? And here's the devastating part of the second half of the chapter, you know? We have to it that, Sanji was being accused for, hurting a young girl. He says, I would never do that. I couldn't have, you know? And they even say, don't play dumb. You were alone with her. Get the hell out. We just want to hide in peace, you know? We had to it that Sanji remembers something like, this isn't right. Harming a lady is one thing I'd never do. You beat her till she lost consciousness. Your sadism is disgusting. Everything about you goes against what I stand for, as Sanji remembers of his siblings, you know? We had to it, Sanji sees Queen in front of him and says, hey, what's up? Where are you running at, you germ adult? Pleasure Hall is all closed right now. And we had to it, Sanji thinks about, he remembers being lost then. And then we had to it that, Kaido's men brought me here, but I'm not with them. But please don't hurt me. But Sanji did not realize that the next thing I knew she was on the floor bleeding, you know? And she had a terrified look in her eyes, etc. And whatever the case may be, Sanji's like, hey, Luffy, which version of me do you want around? My human side has always made me useless against female enemies, but as a soldier of science, I'd be able to coldly execute anyone you ordered me to. Even a beast like this would be easy to dismember, you know? And we have to it that, like, that Sanji takes out his number 3 Germa suit, but he ends up destroying it instead. While Queen was actually disappointed to see, oh, come on, I want to see you morph, you know? And we have to it that Sanji says, my dormant augmented abilities were awakened by wearing this stupid thing, but it doesn't matter at this point. And he ends up destroying it and says, I'm not going to lose any more of myself. I'll never belong to Germa. And we have to it that Sanji's farewell, Germa. Farewell, woman's bath. I'll find my own way to end this fight, you know? And we have to it that that Sanji ends up ringing at Zoro, you know, and Zoro actually had to transpond this snail in here. He says, what are you doing here? And we had to it, Sanji says, I slipped it into your haramaki just in case you got lost and wound up facing death in a corner somewhere. What do you want, you dumb Kirk? You're distracting me. Listen, I'll make this quick. We're going to beat the beast pirates. And he said, yeah, obviously, after the dust settles, if I'm no longer myself, I want you to put me down. He says, what are you talking about? Not sure if I get it, but if it comes to that, I'll make it swift. Now I got something to look forward to. So that means you better not die before then. You got that? He said, yeah, thank you. And we had to it that Sanji ends up clashing against Queen with all of he's got, and he ends up attacking Queen with hell memories, and the chapter ends off there. So overall, this chapter is actually pretty cool. As for Big Mom, I am glad she is not down for the count, because as usual, we all know how Oda plays his cards, you know? He makes sure it's not going to be that simple and easy. We all know that. If you guys watch Marineford arc, I know that thing is underwhelming when it comes to an Emperor Whitebeard, but you gotta understand, the Marines were terribly ready against, like, Whitebeard and his forces, not to mention his abilities as well. Not to mention they had 3 admirals over there to take him head on, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, but when it comes to Yonko, when it comes to fighting a Yonko head on, it can't be that easy. We've seen that in Whole Cake Island. Thank goodness Oda made sure of that. And now we're seeing it in this arc as well, seeing Luffy and Kid and everyone else fighting Kaido and Big Mom. It's not easy. Even when Luffy had a chance against Kaido with this Haoshoku Haki, he got defeated easily because he was not ready. He was not, skilled in using it correctly, you know? As for Big Mom, yeah, she's a whole different level as well. Even though she steals souls and she has to sacrifice her own soul, she's actually feeling pain. And the only thing how to defeat her is to awaken their powers, which apparently is shown in Law's room, and use this kid's like magnetic forces to have them attract the other, you know, that kind of thing. And you know, Yamato, Appo, that kind of thing. CP0 starting to make their move and going after Robin, which is very ugly. As for Sanji, we don't really know if he really hurt the woman, and we don't really know at all. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, it's kind of scary. We don't understand that. We don't really know. But Oda loves to play his surprises, and we all seen that. So whatever the case may be, I hope Sanji's not losing his humanity, man. It just sucks. But someone mentioned about the reversed eyebrow he has, like the same with the siblings, which is even worse right now, and I'm kind of worried about that. I hope Sanji doesn't lose, but seeing how Sanji destroyed his suit right now, and he's not going to lose to Germa, it just proves to him that something bad is happening to him, and all life given to me, it's going to suck hard, but we'll have to see. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-da!